We got more details about the Grim Forest from the Raid Shadow Legends official YouTube channel, including our first look at a brand new mythical that we can earn from this new game mode. And we're gonna react here to this update video and then take a look at that mythicals kit, tell you guys my feelings on it, whether it's gonna be good or bad, because I see a lot of mixed reviews going around so far. But before we do any of that, let me quickly remind you how you can start your account with a free legendary and some of the best epics in the game. Before you click the link down there in the description, log out of your Polarium Play account, then click the link in the description. It'll take you to this page. Create a brand new account with a brand new email, and then complete the tutorial, and then go to your inbox, and your free legendary champion will be waiting for you in there, and then you'll get your free epics as you level up your account. So I haven't really talked about the Grim Forest at all on the channel, but it's gonna be a new game mode that's gonna be kind of like Cursed City, but different. There's gonna be new bosses, exciting challenges. I'm kind of pumped up for this. I like Cursed City. I feel like I'm just getting a feel for Cursed City, but we see it right in here. Grim Forest, it's going to be available at level 55. So your account has to be level 55, and it's going to be on monthly progression. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But you see here, like, you have to go through and like unlock parts of the map. Like, you don't really know where you're going. I kind of like that aspect of it a lot. And it says like each monthly rotation will be different as it resets. There's going to be a normal and a hard mode through here, but it seems like it's going to be really, really challenging. And the cool thing is the maps for normal, above my big head here, and hard mode are going to be different for each rotation. So you're not going to have the same map each and every time, which I think that's really cool. So you begin here at the old camp, and this is where you're going to start, and then you're going to work your way through. Again, similar to how Cursed City is, but that map does change each and every time, which I like that quite a bit. And also there's going to be some new bosses here. 7 unique bosses, actually. I don't necessarily know new, but there are going to be some new bosses in here. You're also going to use distorted energy, which you get 30 per day. I like that a lot. That's quite a bit. That's going to have us a lot, but also this feature of team decks. So normal, you get 2 team decks of 10 each. Okay, so you set that up. 10 champions each. Cool, whatever. Like 10 of your best champions, 10 versatile champions on each team. On hard mode, 20 per deck. But then whenever you go into a stage, it randomly selects that you have to use out of, and you can re-roll this 4 times a day, it says. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Like, you have to use out of that pool of champions. I like that quite a bit here. All right, and then as you earn rewards, you'll get chests, which have some great stuff in it, but some chests are not actually chests, they're mimics, which mimics are going to be chest monsters that mimic chests, and you're gonna have to fight them. Yeah, that's cool. And then you can get some treasures out of it. I like that quite a bit. But there's these guys also. It reminds me, was it Diablo 3 that had loot goblins? I know it's not D2, but like loot goblins, the more damage you deal to this guy, the more loot you get, the more rewards you get, essentially. So he's only gonna have a limited turn count, similar to like how Chimera is, but the more damage you can deal to this guy, the better the rewards, okay? I like that. You get more of those Grim coins that you can use at the vendor to get all of this different stuff. Lots of new stuff. There's Mercurial gear, which is the new gear set. There's curios in there that you can use to like modify your whole team. And there's 4 bosses roaming around here. And it feels like, it feels like it's going to be important to get to them and take these 4 bosses out, because eventually you're going to get to this guy here, Leshen, the entangled one. And if you don't take out those other 4 bosses, they join him for the fight, it seems like. Okay, it seems pretty cool. I like this quite a bit. But you have to get the Grim Crown. It's kind of similar to like how the keys are. Beat those stages, you get those. Kind of similar to how the keys are in Cursed City. But if you don't beat those other 4 guys, they join him for the battle. So it makes it a lot tougher. And it seems like he's going to be a pain, especially if he has these other 4 bosses with him. The 4 bosses are Maximos, Isheth, Torres, and Drognol. Yeah. So these will join him unless you take them out before they get there, and then see they don't join him. Okay, so just a little bit of strategy here for when we get there. Like when you get the squad progress, you get these curio cards, the trait cards, which, I mean, look at this. Like you can get some crazy stats. I mean, the curios are those things that we can kind of get as we progress, but the trait cards, I mean, these things look nasty, man. Like just giving buffs to your whole squad. I like that as well. But also the curios in here have those special effects. Like some of these, like, let me move my big head out of the way, but you can see like decreased enemy res, If we go back just a little bit here, we can see stun in there. I mean, these things look pretty nice, the curios. So these are just all gonna kind of add to the journey here. Get that squad progress up, get those curios, get those trait cards. I like this a lot, man. I think that's gonna be really, really cool. And with the map like kind of rotating every month, like it's gonna be really cool. But let's talk rewards. That's what he says here. Let's talk rewards. Oh boy, you're gonna have chests, Anaxia the Reborn. Okay, that's what we're looking for here. We're gonna take a look at Anaxia's kit because they posted it on Twitter. I saw that, along with some new relics here. Which, I mean, some of these relics, they feel like they're gonna be pretty solid. We'll see. We'll see when all that stuff kind of comes out. But the Mercurial set is also going to be a noob set as well, which is going to have a new buff with it. 15% HP, res, speed, 32% res. Oh my goodness. And 3 guard stacks, which the total guard is a new buff. But apparently bosses smack right through that. So not sure how I feel about that. But that's okay. That's okay. It seems like it's going to be a solid set. That's for sure. It seems like the relics are going to be good. I'm looking forward to the new Grim Forest for sure. But let's take a look at that new mythical champion. So let's take a look at Anaxia the Reborn. This is the mythical that we can earn from this brand new game mode. Going to be a Lizardman mythical. She changes depending on her form. In the base form, she's going to be defense based, and the alternate form, she's going to be HP based. I'm not a huge fan of this base form. On the A1 here, attacks one enemy, heals all allies 5% of their max HP, an additional 5% of their max HP if they're under leech, if the target's under leech. A2 attacks all enemies, heals all allies 15% of the max HP value of the heals increase for each leech. If the champion receives any surplus, places a shield, which I don't mind that. Because you can also get like bonus healing and damage on there. So I don't mind that, up to 30% of the shield. On the A3, attacks all enemies, places a leech debuff for 2 turns and a provoke for 1 turn, also places counterattack for 2 turns. And then obviously a transform. On the passive, each time this champion hits an enemy under a leech debuff, increases this champion's defense and HP by 5%, up to 50%. A lot of sustainability there. I don't mind that. When attacked, enemies whose attack is higher than or equal to their defense has a 100% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. And when attacked, enemies whose defense is higher than their attack also have a 100% chance of placing decreased defense. When attacked under leech, has a 50% chance of placing provoke. So kind of just like countering some of those nuker attackers. I don't love this base form. I'm kind of interested about the second form, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, I feel like the alternate form has some potential here. But I also think it's going to depend on these attack modifiers, or the multipliers for these, because HP champions are always a little bit sketchy. I guess let me get my my face out here so you guys can see that. So yeah, HP based champion on the A1, attacks one enemy, places block buffs for 2 turns, can't be resisted if the target's HP is lower than this champion. So ideally we build Anaxia with a ton of HP. We don't have to worry about accuracy for that. On the A2, attacks one enemy will ignore stone skin. Damage inflicted increased by 50% if the target's HP is lower than this champion's, which ideally you have her loaded up with HP. Shouldn't worry. Resets cooldown of the skill as the target is killed. On the A3, attacks one enemy before attacking, places 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Steals 50% of the enemy's turn meter. Steals 100% if their HP is lower than hers. Destroys 25% of the target's HP. Destroys 50% if their HP is lower. Damage can go up, ignore resistance can go up there. Again, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I don't like that it's all single target. I think that's what's kind of holding it back here, but I don't mind those attacks. But the passive here will ignore 15% of a target's defense if the target's HP is lower than this champion's. Will also ignore 15% of the target's defense if they're under a leech. So if we do attack from the base form, we can carry those leeches over, or we just run with another leech champion. Every 3rd skill this champion uses will attack all enemies. So there we get some AoE. So every 3rd skill this champion uses will attack all enemies. And realistically, by the time we metamorph and we do an attack, that gets us to the second form. We metamorph, we do frenzied execution, kill a champion, that gets us to our 3rd attack. And then we can do, you know, soul separator and attack everyone and steal everyone's turn meter. I like the potential there if they have good multipliers. That's the thing. I mean, the damage is boosted on those. This champion joins every 3rd attacking skill used by allies. Champion will use their default skill. So also every 3rd attack that your allies use, we're going to attack a single enemy and place block buffs debuff on them for 2 turns. I like that a lot. Increases ally defense. So I like the second form a lot. I think the second form is very interesting.
It just depends on what those multipliers are going to look like. But for me, I'm going to be very curious about this form. What do you guys think of this new mythical that we can technically farm for free, but it feels like it could take a while? I don't know. I'm excited for the new game mode for sure. I'm very excited to see what the Grim Forest looks like when it comes out. I'm excited to actually test this out. Again, I don't love the base form, but I think the second form has some potential. We'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think about this? I see a lot of people kind of I have high hopes for the second form. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Wouldn't be the first time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know I'm late as always, but that's just the way things go. I'll see you guys on the next one.